Hey guys, welcome to The Beat Goes On. I'm Larry and I am sitting down with Belladonna tonight. Hey guys, say hello.
Hello.
So we're going to go around the room, get some quick introductions, and then we're going to start in with some nice questions and get to know you stuff. So I'm going to start to my right.
Oh, I'm Kim Lord, or your rocker girl.
Dave, your guitar player.
Randy, the drummer.
I'm J.D. Clark, 4-string motherfucker and major rager.
All right, nice to meet you guys. Thanks for having me over tonight and giving up part of your practice time. I really appreciate you taking the time to sit down with me and letting the fans get to know a little bit about who you guys are. So, with that being said, who is Belladonna?
Well, Kim and I, we had been together since 2012, I guess, and we've been through a few lineup changes, but we've kept our core together. Been through a few name changes. Played all around the valley. We played East Side, West Side. We've been to Prescott, Tucson, Globe. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, we love the scene here. We love the music scene. We're playing with some really great guys now. This is probably the best lineup we've had since we've been together.
Nice.
Yeah, we've got a lot of stories that we could certainly tell from all of those places that we've been.
Write a book.
Oh, I promise. We're going to dig some of those out tonight.
Oh, well, I promise there's a book in my background.
Nice.
Waiting to be published.
Nice. The good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. So, where did the name Belladonna come from?
Oh, it wasn't me. It was you.
It was actually, it was my idea. I thought we were a female-fronted band, so I thought Belladonna would kind of reflect that we are a female-fronted band. It has sort of an edge to it, but still can be a good name to play anywhere.
Yeah.
But that's how I came up with it. I guess Stevie Nicks had an album called Belladonna. We're not really a Stevie Nicks tribute band or anything, if that's what you think.
No, it's Belladonna is, number one, a beautiful flower.
It's poison.
No, it's not. Well, it can be poisonous if taken incorrectly, but it also can heal.
Oh, I didn't.
They're actually baby teething tablets are made with Belladonna.
Can kill you and heal you.
Yeah. So it's. I think it's a great name. I love the name.
Well, I guess that reflects us. No.
It can kill you or heal you. There you go.
Well, that certainly says a lot about our boneyard, because we were deciding on whether to be all classic rock or all hard rock and metal, because we love both.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have Belladonna's boneyard, which is mostly geared towards all hard rock and metal. So our shows, you're going to see both. You'll get the first 2 hours of Belladonna classic rock and the last 2 hours of us reaching into the boneyard and playing a lot of hard rock and classic metal also. And we do have 2 separate groups for that to keep it all separated, and it works out good for us. So
Nice. So do you combine them on one show where you'll do both?
Yeah. We play the first half of Belladonna, and then we go in more classic rock, mainstream stuff, and then about halfway through we start playing harder, heavier rock.
After midnight.
Yeah.
After the kiddies go
Yeah.
to bed.
Yeah.
When it becomes age appropriate.
Right. Yeah.
So, how long you guys have been together? Belladonna has been 12 years.
Yeah, we've been together for
About 8
8
or 9.
8 years actually, since 2012.
That's where the 12 came in. Numbers will stick in my head, just not necessarily for the right reason. Sorry.
Yeah, we've had different lineup changes and stuff, and our guitar player Dave here, he's been with us for
a year.
about a year.
A little more than a year. Maybe a little more than a year.
A few months.
Yeah, a little over a year. And then Randy, our drummer, he joined us back in November. Yeah, last fall.
So you've been just over a year just
last
this most
fall.
recent November.
Since around Thanksgiving, so we're very thankful for Randy.
There you go, your Thanksgiving gift.
Yeah.
You have to come to the
Nice.
show just to see his drum set, really.
Oh,
He
yeah.
features a gong, and
Yeah.
that's like the
Yeah,
highlight
people
of the
come
show.
just to see him play the gong.
Nice. Awesome. So, all in all, in the 8 years that Belladonna's been around, favorite venue?
For me, it would probably be the Maverick over on the west side, because the people there are just fun. They let their hair down. Pretty much anything goes. Just the whole vibe there. But we've played a lot of great venues all around. Some aren't around anymore. I don't know if anybody else want to...
You know, I gotta agree. I mean, the Maverick has always been a favorite. It's kind of where we started. We started off actually at Jake's of Mine, but it's not around anymore. So our next place in line would have been the Maverick. And we've been everywhere, like you said, to Prescott, to Globe, to Tucson, whatever. And I gotta say, some of those trips have been really memorable. Oh gosh, really memorable. Yeah. Then we went all the way up to Cottonwood and we checked into our
Actually, a story about a dead body.
Yeah,
the dead body next door.
We checked into our hotel room and we were looking out the window and the cops were coming
The
out
coroner.
of the... Yeah, they were coming out of the
room next to us.
And
Holding
they were all holding
their mouths.
their mouths and their faces, and we're like, what's going on? And then they wheel out this dead body and we're like, oh my God, we have to
Okay,
sleep.
so
we have to sleep in this room tonight.
All I could think of was they check in, but they don't check out.
Yeah,
Nice.
Right.
What's that?
California.
Oh my God.
You can check out, but you can never leave.
So, you guys have been around since 2012.
Yeah.
Dave, how long have you been around the music scene?
I've been playing in the music scene since probably, 86. Yeah.
So you've seen a lot of
I've
people
pretty
come
much-
and go.
Yeah, I've seen all of it, yeah.
That's awesome. And Randy, how long have you been?
I'm actually used to live in Tucson, so I started in the music scene down there in the 90s, and I've only been up here for 3 years. And actually, one of the bands I was in Tucson, the lead singer, he moved up here to Phoenix like 12 years ago, and I reconnected with him when I came back up here, and we were playing a tribute band, and it was kind of on hiatus, and that's how I got involved with Belladonna.
So are all of you just playing with Belladonna?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's I have to say that's unusual. One thing I've learned in this music scene is, for the most part, musicians are in
Oh yeah.
2, 3,
They're
4
band jumping and all that.
bands at a time.
Yeah.
I don't know
I have a
how
day
they
job.
keep.
I don't have time to
Yeah.
jump.
I don't know how any of them have time.
Exactly.
Yeah, we all do. And, you know, we're really strict about practicing, and we like to get everything right. So,
It would take
I mean-
away, I think, from what we want to bring
yeah.
to this band if we were like in another band. 'Cause we just want to put 100% focus
Yeah.
on this project. I mean, occasionally I will sit in with another band if they need a bass player, but that's very far and few between.
Yeah, I would do the same thing, but it's just
But it's
just
as a
time.
fill-in
Right.
kind of thing.
Well, there's nothing wrong with playing in different bands if you can swing it, you know. But I
Yeah.
know a lot of players like to do that.
Right.
I don't know. I have a hard enough time keeping up with my day job and just doing this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Keeping up with the different. No, I've had to start using a calendar, and it makes me nuts. So, coming up from Tucson, what are the major differences you've noticed in their scene versus the scene here? And see, to me, they're all one scene. So,
Tucson was, there was like a lot of different varieties of kind of musical scenes going on it depends on what part of town you were in. A lot of the bands I were in were like cover bands, and we played a lot of probably the bigger venues out around the whole city of Tucson. There's like downtown Tucson scene, which is very kind of indie oriented. So they kind of shun cover bands. So it's kind of hard to break into that scene. But coming up here, it seems it's such a large city compared to Tucson. And I think it's more accepting, especially for doing like a tribute band or a cover band. So we played some really great venues up here, like Joe's Grotto and the Marquee Theater, opening up for big acts. And so it's been fun.
Yeah, Losing Joe's Grotto was a hit.
Yeah.
That was a major hit. A lot of the bands are.
It was
I've played there a bunch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been there before. I played there too. Yeah, it's sad.
I've got to say that was one of my favorite venues to go film bands in, because the big stage, that is like the best stage for getting good video.
Yeah.
The lighting was really good.
Oh, it was incredible. How about you, Dave? What was your favorite venue to play in?
Oh, jeez. Back in the day or now?
Take your pick.
Back in the day, one of the best bars to play at was probably Blues. Back in the day.
Yeah, there have been some changes there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of changes. I played at Boston's. That was a good place to play. A little rowdy, but good.
Nothing wrong with a little rowdy.
Yeah, nowadays, there's a few of them I really like. I love Uncle Bear's.
Yeah,
I just like the you know,
that's a good.
I like to eat, so they got good food.
Yeah,
That's one of my
Good
favorites.
food is an important thing.
I like Mavericks. Mavericks is good. Yeah, there's a lot of places around that are pretty decent.
I think the saddest place I have to say that I'm sad to see that have left was the Electric Ballroom
Oh yeah.
back in the day.
Oh, I saw Doc in there. That was great.
Yeah, huge stage.
Yeah,
you know,
huge
little,
stage. Yeah.
Yeah, little performance running
Yeah.
off to the side.
It was great.
Whatever, just super theater style. You know,
And the sound in that room was really good.
incredible.
Right.
Yeah,
It was better than Marquee Theater,
very
I thought.
incredible.
I remember
Marquee's nice, but this
Yeah.
Electric Ballroom was great.
I wish some of the local colleges like MCC would open up to having groups play, because I worked for the entertainment department there for a while, booking different acts and things like that there. They weren't bands, but they were different plays and theater acts that were incredible stages, all acoustically, made for
Right, putting on a
performances.
good show.
Oh, yeah. And I wish they would open that up to people, because it is a very viable place to have something, to have entertainment there.
Well, and you'd have a built-in crowd.
Yeah.
And it'd be so much easier to get people to your show playing at a college full of college students that happen to like music.
And I don't think they're against it. They just probably haven't ever thought of that, and neither have any of the bands or whatever. And locally, they'd have to have someone sponsoring it.
Might be an idea
to
there, yeah.
pay for all
Put
of that.
something together.
That's it. So, how about you, sir? If you had one place, if you could pick one place to play, your dream venue.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know. I love asking these dream questions.
Veterans
Sorry.
Memorial Coliseum.
Well, we played outside of Veterans Memorial. Played at the State Fair. We played outside of it.
That was actually cool.
That was actually.
I would love to play a big place like maybe Madison Square Garden or the Forum in L.A.
I had somebody tell me they wanted to play at the base of the Grand Canyon. So, if you're gonna dream, you better dream big.
Yeah.
There'd be good acoustics there. Base of the
No
Grand Canyon.
kidding.
Red Rocks, man.
Red Rocks. Yeah, I've been there. That's a good venue.
Awesome.
Couldn't have anybody drink, and then it'd be falling off in the Grand Canyon.
Oh, yeah, you win some,
They
you
would
lose
be
some,
liable
right?
for deaths because people would be like falling off.
Oh, boy.
It's a show.
That'd be a real rock show right there.
Hey, rock,
That's a whole new kind of rock
It's a whole
show,
new kind
though.
of rock.
rock till you drop. Yeah, there you go. See, now we're veering off into the...
It's all good. That's a level of sick and twisted we can all appreciate, or at least I do. This is all about me, right? This is about what I appreciate, right? I think it is, sort of. So, what is the goal for Belladonna?
I like the direction we do is we try to mix some the more standard material. I hate to say standard, but the material that has been proven, and we'd like to bring in some more current music, and we like to play music that's probably off the beaten path. We play a few songs that maybe that aren't as well known, but they're good and they're effective when we play them. We'd like to be a little bit out of the box. We like to bring a little bit of musicianship to the band too. All these guys that have great chops, and Kim is a first-class singer.
Yeah, we always try to pick stuff that's something that's a little bit challenging, and that's not for necessarily the crowd. That's for us, because if we can sink our chops into something difficult and accomplish it and feel good about it, then go out there and nail it.
I think that'll translate to the audience.
Yeah.
If they see that.
I can sum this up really good. What we want is whenever someone's out in the crowd and we get ready to play a song, they go, "Oh man, I haven't heard that song in forever. That's awesome."
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the kind of reaction we want to get.
I can tell you that's one of the reasons I follow Stereo Rex, is because I was at a show at Joe's, and I was there to actually film a completely different band, and Stereo Rex came on stage, and they started playing the stuff I listened to in high school.
There you
That's
go.
great. That's
And
great
I went,
when a band can do that, yeah.
Oh my God. And they did it well.
And a lot of bands don't play brand new music within the last 10 years, and we like to sprinkle a little bit of that in there, because after a certain amount of time at these venues, the older folks go home and the younger folks come and they stay, and they don't want to listen to the older standard stuff. They want to hear something that they like, that they want to
The newer
listen to.
stuff that they listen
And
to.
a lot of people have come up to us. I mean, not all of our last set is brand new, but some of the songs that we do choose, they've come up to us and said, "Hey, I don't know that song, but I really like it. Thank you for doing that, because if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't listen. We wouldn't get to hear it."
It's refreshing too that they can hear something different.
Mm-hmm.
I think the problem maybe in the scene sometimes it can be a little stagnant as far as bands that are just sort of doing the same songs, and it becomes interchangeable. Their set list becomes interchangeable.
Right.
And so I'd like to bring something a little bit different that, say, hey, I haven't heard the other bands do this song.
Yeah.
Do you guys
we're
have...
basically doing the side B of the record, a lot of side B songs.
And there is nothing wrong with side B.
It'll be a great record. Everyone loves the whole record, but side B is the cool songs.
They just didn't test well in the market.
Right, exactly.
Right, yeah.
So, with the stuff that you guys are trying to do, how do you pick a new song? And do you have rules on where not to go? I spoke with a band that they had a joking rule that if it was recommended by the drummer, it was an automatic no.
No.
Damn. Sorry, Randy.
Y'all don't have to adopt their rules, but, that was
Poor
just
drummer.
one. And, they had another rule that if they heard another band doing it, because they did only covers, if they heard another band doing that as a regular, they wouldn't add it into their set list.
Well, there's been a couple of times here at practice where we have just started on a riff of a song, and then somebody else will fall in, and next thing you know, we're playing it. That's what happened with the 25 or 64. And a lot of times we do that, and if we can get behind it and start sounding good, then we'll do it. There's been other songs we've tried like that.
I think it's mostly that.
Yeah.
What feels good at the moment.
I'll screw around on the guitar and play something, and next thing you know, he's drumming,
and we just
he's
fall
playing
in.
the bass.
You know,
and then all
But
of a
we do
sudden
like
it's-
to play
Yeah.
harder edge. But bring a harder edge. Classic rock with an edge is what I like to say. Belladonna brings classic rock with an edge.
a lot of this too is about just having fun. So we don't put a lot of stressful thought into what song we're going to pick next either. Like they were saying, we'll come in here and we'll just start messing around and playing some songs that we know and throwing them out there and whatever. We'll throw it against the wall. If it sticks, great. We'll go run with it. And you can tell if we're really into it, if we're liking it, and if things are gelling or whatever, because everyone's got a smile on their face,
right.
and we're having fun with it. That's going to be a good song for the band. You know, we picked some stuff that I thought, hey, I can nail that because I heard another singer singing it, and I'm like, I can do that better. I can do that. Let's go do it. And they learned it, and I felt horrible afterwards because we did it, and it failed, and I couldn't do it. You know, I'm not perfect. I can't sing everything. So, you know, some of those things happen, you know, and you just live and learn, and you move on from it. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There is no failure in life. It's a lesson.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
just one more lesson.
Exactly. That's a good good way to look at it.
Yeah.
So, what are some of your pre-shows? And we'll hit each one of you. Pre-show. What's the word? God, I've lost the word I'm looking for.
Ritual?
Yeah, pre-show ritual. Thank you.
Probably.
Words just failed me.
Probably tuning up. No, I'm just joking.
Come on, Kim, you are sitting here laughing like you have got a story.
Oh, no, I'm not going to tell that story.
Come on, what's one of your pre-show rituals?
My pre-show ritual? Oh, wow.
You have to eat a whole fried chicken.
Yeah.
No.
No, that would be me.
Yeah, wow. I do have a ritual, and a lot of it has to do with warming up and taking supplements, and making sure my sinuses are all clean, and as a singer, it's all singer related,
Right.
There are a lot of different little tricks and stuff that I've learned along the way that work for me, and they may not work for other people.
Right.
But I do them, and if I walk out the door and I haven't done it, it's in my head, and I'm like, oh, crap, now I'm going to have a bad show, which isn't really true.
Not necessarily.
Right, but it's such a ritual, that I've, so now I have to lay everything out,
And it's almost that OCD level.
Yeah, you go from the bathroom to the kitchen and then to the front door, and you have to make sure everything is done and taken, and in a certain order. Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, eating light. That's my one thing.
I hear that a lot from the different musicians.
Yeah.
Eat light, or I don't eat it all before a show, or
yeah.
It just all depends on.
Yeah. See, and that's where we differ. I eat super light because I'm a singer. I can't have all that digesting while I'm singing, and he's got to eat heavy. So.
I don't sing too much, so I can't. It's okay.
Well, she just called you out, JD.
No.
What
else is new? No.
What pre-show ritual?
I always think back to the Beatles, their early days. I heard John Lennon say in an interview that they had a saying that they would say every now and then, where he would turn around and look at the other guys and say, "Where are we going, guys?" And they'd say, "To the top." And he'd say, "Which top?" "To the very top." And I kind of think of that mentality before I go out. Just think, I'm going to give, I want to give it my best, and just have fun. I think it's all about having fun. The people you're with, the chemistry, and creating an environment where everybody can just have fun, whether it's within the band or in the audience, where they can relate to you and you can relate to them, and just share love of music with everybody, pretty much.
Absolutely. I got to see you guys at the show at What the Hell, and you guys did such a great job, and that was
Thank you.
That was a interesting, diverse crowd.
It was a big crowd.
It was a huge crowd, and What the
good.
Hell has always got crowds like that, I've got to say. So, Randy, pre-show?
Well, my pre-show is setting up a large drum set.
Spend most of your time sitting up your kid.
I would like to have time to. I try to loosen up my wrists and my feet a little bit, get ready for the show, stay hydrated, and try to replace electrolytes and everything throughout the show because I sweat a lot. But I always, like JD was saying, I approach a show like always put on the best show possible. I kind of consider it like, what if I died tomorrow kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I always give it my best, give it my all, because you never know who's in the audience.
Right.
Even if it's a small audience, there could be somebody there that totally digs you and becomes a fan. And
if I'm there, there's videos that are going to go like worldwide. So seriously.
So this is a hall. All musicians pay their dues by playing, small venues with usually small crowds, and then it works its way up, and that's how you have to approach it. You have to play to a small crowd just like you would to a large crowd. And I've played in front of thousands of people before, which is an amazing high. It's pretty awesome, but I played where the band outnumbered the crowd, so it's from one extreme to the other. And it's always do your best. I have to be really coordinated, so I can't really drink alcohol during a show because that would screw me up. So I always try to stay sober.
Oh heck, man, you play better. No.
He's our designated drummer.
There you go.
But yeah, after the show, I'll have a beer too. So.
Dave.
Almost the same as theirs. Eat light. And I try not to... I drink soda, so I try not to drink too much soda before the show because having to piss in the middle of your gig is not good.
That's why he sings, so you see me leave.
Exactly.
You have to cut short the solo.
Yeah.
I get extra break.
Yeah. I make sure everything's tuned up, cords are plugged in. I'm big on tone. I want the tone to sound really good. I'll make sure everything sounds perfect. That's pretty much it. Anything. Don't drink too much.
Yeah, I can't drink too much Coke because then I get too wired up.
Oh, yeah. I'll be on the second song of the first set and I'll have to pee and I'm like, damn it. So it's like, I try not to do too much.
See, and I just sit in the audience.
But after the show's over, I'll eat a big ass cheeseburger and fries and tear it up.
Yep.
Other than that, no.
I just sit in the audience taking videos, and I have a personal rule for myself that once I've started a video, I won't stop. I will not cut a video short purposely. I've done it by accident once, and I felt really bad. 4 seconds off a video, and the band noticed.
Well, hey, we're all perfectionists,
they noticed.
Right? Yeah.
But yeah, so that having to go to the bathroom mid-song, even for an audience member, that's horrible, guys. I promise. It's not just you. So, what's coming up for Belladonna?
Valentine's Day is our next show at Uncle Bear's in the Ahwatukee area.
Then on the 29th, we're at Gypsy's Roadhouse.
For the leap year party.
For the leap year party, yeah.
And then in March, we're back at
Maverick.
We have a private party, I believe, in March. We're in the process now of filling up our dates. So if any of you venue owners are out there listening.
And believe it or not, no, I have had multiple bands come back to me and tell me that based on the videos that I put out and the stuff that I put out on Facebook, that they've been booked based on seeing that stuff. So it is always a possibility that somebody will reach out based on. That's one of the reasons that somebody came to me and told me that, and I immediately went, okay, how do I make it better? How do I do better for the bands? If they're getting seen, I've got to get it right, damn it.
Yeah. It's a super thing that you're doing. And it has no one's done anything like that before, and it needs to be done.
Well, and I'm hoping, I'm getting more and more people coming to me in the local beat and putting up videos from shows that they were at. And I absolutely encourage it. So when you guys are out at the shows, please let your people know that if they're taking video, they are welcome to upload it. We want everybody's video getting out there. It's important for you guys. It's important for the fans. I believe in very old school. There was that old shampoo commercial that you tell two friends and they tell two friends and they tell two friends. That is the theory of exactly how the local beat happened.
That's great.
I just looked tonight while I was watching you guys practice. We are at 775 members in the local beat since September.
That's so fast.
All because two friends told two friends told two friends.
Nice.
Well, that's 775 people that are, 770 since I've got 5 of us sitting here, 770 other people that are watching you guys when I get to upload or when somebody else uploads a video of you.
Awesome.
You guys gained 770 fans.
That's incredible.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thought. That's why I ask people to invite their fans and friends, because then immediately everybody's fan base grows.
That's great.
So, what is some advice for those that are just getting started in the music scene?
Don't give up. Just keep trying. There's going to be good times and bad times. Quote from Led Zeppelin. But, I mean, it goes in cycles. There's going to be times where things are going good, and there's going to be times when it just... I've heard a lot of musicians say, local musicians say that they're almost at the end of their rope and they're just burned out. But then they always come back. I think it's just it's in your blood. It's something you love doing, and
I've heard that a lot. I've heard that from a lot of musicians that have been in the scene and then walked away for a while and then come back, that they literally had no choice but to come back. They could not stay away from the music.
Yeah.
And that's kind of an incredible thought to me. I get it.
Well, it's either in your blood or it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just...
You know? There's performers and there's lifers.
I have to play in front of an audience.
Right.
I have to be in front of an audience. It's just like, you might as well tell me to quit breathing if I can play music.
Right.
You know. So.
Yeah, it's from the heart. I mean, you have to love it, and I do love it, and that's why I do it, and that's why I've been doing it since I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's just been a part of me, and that's why I always was kind of like one of the band nerds, in high school. And hung out with that crowd, and it's kind of been that way ever since, which is good, because music is awesome. I love it.
Well, I've said it before. I will say it again. I have seen music take a gun out of somebody's mouth. And I absolutely believe in the healing qualities of music. I believe in what it can do. I'm glad personally to see that genres are starting to mix, because without going too political, I believe that if we start seeing that mixture in our music, maybe, just maybe, we'll start seeing a little bit more mixture in our populace, and maybe a little less headbutting in our populace.
I think to answer your question, I'd have to say, don't ever let someone tell you that you can't do anything. If you have a dream to be a musician, to be an artist, to do anything, don't let your parents, your friends, or your boss, or anybody tell you that you can't. Find a way to pursue what's in your heart and do it.
Absolutely.
You won't be happy unless you follow. If you're not happy in your heart, you're just nothing's going to make you happy. Not money, not substance abuse, nothing. I mean, the music is just, you got to follow that. And
it's actually a peaceful thing if you think about it. It's kind of like, what do you do when you're running on a treadmill? You got earbuds in your ear, and what are you doing? You're listening to music.
Absolutely.
I can't even run on a treadmill unless I got something playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, music is the thread, I think, that just unites everybody, no matter what country or nationality or anything. Music can just bring everybody together. And like you said, the healing qualities of music. There's been plenty of times in my life when music was just the only thing I had to turn to. And it's always been there and always will be. And I'm lucky to have a great band to play with. It's a great, and this is a great music scene here. The local scene here is great.
Yeah.
And
it's an incredible scene. It's inclusive, so inclusive. Sure, we've got our black sheep. That you're going to find that everywhere, absolutely. But the one thing I've seen about this scene is they give everybody a shot. You get to mess up in this scene. You can mess up and say, "Oops, I'm sorry," and try again.
But it's okay if you mess up. It's okay. It's still.
Every time you go on stage, you're just laying yourself wide open and putting your heart and soul into it. I would say try to keep an open mind. Different musical genres. Every band I've been into, I know a lot of the material, but sometimes I get exposed to a new song here and there. And it widens your frontiers. And sometimes I find a cool act just listening, online and say, oh, hey, this is a pretty cool song. Let me check out more of their stuff. And it takes you down another rabbit hole. And it's so fun to explore all that stuff. So.
Yeah, you got to keep it going. You don't want to be replaced by DJs. Live music, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
There's a
And
video.
people appreciate it more. If you're sitting there actually playing your instrument instead of... That means a lot.
It's more personal, yeah.
There's a video that I actually posted in the local beat, and it was robots playing AC/DC.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
And I love it. It sounded phenomenal. On the technical side, it was pretty incredible. But on the heart side,
Right.
all I could think is, oh my God, the day we lose humanity out of music.
Yeah.
That's
when it's time to give it up.
That's going to be a sad day.
Yep.
I can't fathom. And, I mean, there's a lot of stuff people talk about, the auto-tune happening and stuff like that. Okay, that's kind of...
You get people that can actually play bass, actually play guitar, actually play drums, actually play keyboards, whatever they're playing, harmonica, accordion, whatever, trumpets, saxophone.
Yeah.
Playing real instruments, that's
That's
Yeah,
a
that's
whole...
Rock and roll is not dead. No matter
Well-
what Gene Simmons says, rock and roll is not dead. Yeah.
I grew up with my dad playing an acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
And sitting on the floor listening to Dad just pick it up and start playing.
Yep.
That was where my love of music started. One thing Dad always taught us was, doesn't matter what genre of music it is, that is somebody's art.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
They've put their heart and
It's
soul.
it's definitely art. There's no question about that.
And they've put their heart and
yeah.
soul into it. So whether you like it or not, at least give it the respect and appreciation that somebody put their all into that.
Oh, yeah.
And hopefully more kids nowadays will appreciate that, playing an instrument. I mean, just with the passing of Neil Peart from Rush, I mean, you start thinking, where are the real musicians going to come from now? Because, like you said, there's so much auto-tune coming in and beat sampling and stuff.
Right.
But, hopefully there's going to be more kids who will listen to Rush and those great bands.
There's a country song that came out, 20 plus years ago now, called Who's Gonna Fill Their Shoes? And that's exactly what that song is about. As we're losing our older musicians who really had to fight and be good.
Back then it was different. You had to have.
You didn't have the internet. You didn't. There was a lot of things.
It was the real deal back then.
Yeah.
The technology that we do today.
Yeah, and what's going to happen when we lose all of our people? Where are we going?
Yep.
So,
I'm an old metalhead and I love Patsy Cline.
oh God,
Yeah.
there's
I discovered Janis Joplin, 30 years ago because I didn't really listen to her when I was a kid. I didn't really appreciate her talent until I started digging into her records.
right.
And it's just amazing.
Absolutely.
There's so much great history that we have to pull off.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
So, one of my favorite questions to ask, okay, it's my favorite. Every band I've ever asked it, every musician I've ever asked it has given me a look like they're going to kill me. And I don't care. I'm asking it anyway. If you guys could pick any band to share the stage with.
Any band?
Any band.
Alive or dead.
Doesn't matter. Your call. And I know that makes it even harder, but oops.
Oh my God.
God, that's,
Come on, Kim. Who would you share the stage with? See, even Kim's giving me that look like she's going to kill me for that.
Oh my
I just
God.
made her life hard.
Well, yeah, because I've got a handful of people here who are tied.
If you had to decide, like right now. who
Like
would it
right
be?
now?
Yeah. Just off the top of your head, who would it be?
Who
Oh my God.
Tiny Tim.
you are not going to hurt anybody's feelings. I promise.
No, I know, I obviously, but I'm just like, Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
Damn it.
Dave's got to pick a new band.
Son of a bitch.
Okay.
Daughter of one, actually,
Okay.
but you know.
Okay, Deep Purple.
Oh. Rainbow. There we go.
There you go.
Oh.
I would have loved to share the stage with the Jimi Hendrix Experience at Woodstock.
That would have been
Or the
incredible.
Who at Live at Leeds.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
Me, I would have loved to share the stage with the band Cream because I'm a huge fan of Jack Bruce, his playing.
Yes.
Or Led Zeppelin, or Deep Purple, or Black Sabbath, or the Beatles, or the Bay City Rollers for sure. No,
Yeah.
Beatles Shea Stadium would be tough to beat.
yeah, I would.
You can hear yourself.
If you could
So-
do yourself, yeah.
We're going to start back with you since you ended it. Let's go to favorite band that you have shared the stage with to date.
The favorite that I
That-
should stage.
Mm-hmm. Of people that you have played with, who's been your favorite so far?
Well, right now, this lineup we have now is probably the best.
No, I'm not talking of your bands. I'm
Oh.
talking of other bands that you've played with. So
Open up for
Oh,
other at other shows, other people.
Well, I haven't played with. It's mostly been. I'm trying to think.
Must have been. We've always headlined.
Yeah,
We don't really ever.
we've never shared. We don't really share
Yeah.
the stage.
It's not that we're selfish. We've just always
we're
been a headliner.
Okay, well then let's go back to the one show I know you've shared the stage with somebody. Who was your favorite band to play with at What the Hell?
Blackwater Lake. They're
Yeah,
great.
me too.
They're awesome.
They were.
They're all original.
Anybody
the
who's listening,
originals are
check them
awesome.
out. Blackwater Lake is a good band.
They're good.
Ditto.
Are we like all in agreement? Blackwater Lake was
They're
the
really good, yeah.
They were
Nice.
good.
Yeah,
Very tight
they're good.
vocals, everything was
Yeah.
just very polished.
Yeah, I mean, I met some of the other members from the other groups, Oddity Paradox and Desert Vikings.
I do like the guitar player in Oddity Paradox.
And they were all
which one, the shorter or the taller, or the really tall?
I think the tall guy, the one with the... he was playing right where I was.
That's
Same
not,
spot.
that's not helpful.
Really cool dude. Really cool dude.
Yeah, they were all
The
really
one in the
cool
center,
guys.
the one in the far. As you're looking at them, center, far,
Far
right, or left.
right.
If
That
you're-
was Horace.
Dude.
The dark brown hair.
Yeah. Cool dude.
Horace Miller, yes, and Horace is about. He's pretty chill, pretty mellow. Now the ultimate chill of that band would be John, and he's the really tall blonde one.
Okay.
I nicknamed him Woosaw for a reason.
He's a great guitar player, so...
Yeah. Oh, Horace has been in the music scene since the '80s, and he's been Louisiana, L.A., all over the place.
Yeah, cool.
He's endorsed by Bad Boy Guitars for a reason.
Wow.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. They're actually building a line of guitars based on his preferences.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I can't wait for him to get his new baby. The one he plays on right now is a temporary.
Yeah, all the other bands were really cool, really
Yeah.
nice, and I have to also say that Three Phase,
Mm-hmm.
they did a really good job of supporting the bands with
Yeah.
doing the sound that day.
That was not easy on them that day.
Yeah.
I've
I
got
know
to say.
everybody in Three Phase. They're really nice guys.
They were very
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah.
They very, very,
Yeah.
And they were all exhausted because they had a show the night before that and they didn't get home
Yeah.
until like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's understandable. We've all done that.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm not even in a band, and I've played that game. So, one more final shout out. Upcoming show dates, guys.
February 14th, Uncle Bear's in Ahwatukee at 50th and Ray Road.
Okay.
I can't believe you remembered that address.
I know.
I will remember it.
And then Leap
And
Year.
Leap Year Party at Gypsy's Roadhouse.
It's hosted by Scott
Rowe.
Rowe, All in a Row
Yeah.
Productions.
And then
Shout out to Scott Rowe.
It's really hard for me not to say Scott Rowe and Red Rum.
I
That's
know.
such
Right.
an automatic thing for me. It's hard to I forget that he's Scott Rowe, All in a Row Productions as well.
And then March 6th at the Maverick. It's a Friday.
Fantastic.
That's the one you don't want to miss.
So, guys, remember those dates. I will have show posters up on the local beat for those dates as well. Belladonna, thank you guys for letting
you.
me sit in with you, and thank you for sitting down with The Beat Goes On tonight.
Thank you for having us.
You guys have a great night.
Thanks.
You too. Thanks. Rock on.